We are the most conservative state there is. And we have the first in the South primary, and we pick the presidential candidate for the Republican Party. And we make all the candidates more conservative than perhaps some of them really want to talk about. But we do that right here in South Carolina. I'm proud to be a South Carolinian. I'm proud to be a member of the South Carolina Republican Party. Because we're from the reddest state, because we're from the most conservative state, it stands to reason that we have the most conservative Republican Party there is. But you know, there's something going on that's not good. We need everybody to win this next election. And we need them all committed, and we need them all passionate about taking our country back away from the brink of disaster and socialism. And there's a phenomenon going on. Some people want to redefine what a conservative is. They want to ignore and exclude the moral issues from the debate. They want to ignore and exclude the social issues from the debate. You know, and Senator DeMint said something recently, which I wholeheartedly support. He said, while some are calling for a separation of social and fiscal issues, more and more people realize that many of our fiscal problems in this country are related to the breakdown of the families, unwed births, and he lists other social pathologies that are the result of the breakdown of the families. He goes on to say, you can really not ignore it if you're a fiscal conservative. We need to recognize that good social policy is really important to the fabric of our country. In other words, what Senator DeMint is saying, conservatism is not one-dimensional. It's not fiscal policy alone. Another more important reason, we can't have a majority party without the social conservatives. We can't have a majority party nationally, and we can't have a majority party in South Carolina without the social conservatives. But even more so than that, we can't have the national character that our founders envisioned that will make our Constitution work unless we are, as John Adams said, a moral and religious people. A conservative movement built on fiscal policy alone is like building your house on the proverbial sand. You know, our South Carolina, we were one of the 13 colonies. We were one of we had signers of the Declaration of Independence, and we had signers of the Constitution. And the Declaration of Independence set out our foundation and what makes us a free people. And our founders said, we hold these truths. You know, truth doesn't change. Ideas in society might change. Views of morality might change. But the truth doesn't change. The truth is eternal. And they went on to say, we hold these truths self-evident. These truths don't need proving. They're self-evident. Everybody understands what they are. That all men are created equal. And what they were talking about was all men are created by God. We just didn't come to be. We were created by God. We were created in His image. And He gave all of us the ability to know right from wrong. You know, we may live our lives in such a way or say certain things are right when we know in our heart that they're wrong. Sort of like Hillary Clinton when she talks about a tragic choice. Well, if it's a tragic choice, how could you not know that it's wrong? We know in our hearts what conduct is right and what is wrong. Then we hear people talk about an alternative lifestyle. Well, if it's a lifestyle that's an alternative to what the Creator wanted us to live, we know in our hearts that is wrong. And the importance of that is this. Our founders knew that in order for our Constitution to work, for us to be a free people, for us to be able to preserve our liberty and our freedom, we had to have internal restraints. In their words, we had to be a moral and religious people. America wasn't created in spite of Christianity. America was created because of Christianity. Our Constitution cannot work unless people have internal restraints, unless we realize those self-evident truths. One, the right to life. Two, that marriage is between one man and one woman. That we were created by a creator and we get our rights. He is the giver of our rights, not the government, not the president, not the king, not even the Supreme Court. And that we are accountable to that creator. That gives us those inner restraints. And our founders knew that down through the ages, free people had given up their liberty for security, because the only way the darker side of human nature can be restrained, if you don't have those internal restraints, is through the muzzle of a gun. And our Constitution can't work under the muzzle of a gun. You know, it all boils down to character. And one of the reasons that I was so proud to be a South Carolina Republican, before a couple of years ago, we were the party of character. Nobody could deny that. We have lost that mantle, but we can get it back, and we can start getting it back in the next election. And we need to do that by holding our elected officials accountable for their conduct. And even more importantly, we need to hold those who run for office as a Republican accountable for their conduct. And if we do that, we'll get that mantle back about being the party of character. You know, if this great republic ever fails, it will be because the conservatives failed the republic. If the conservatives ever fail, it will be because the Republican Party failed conservatives, because the Republican Party is the only place, the only political party where a conservative has a place anymore. And I would just like to tell you that God bless you for being here. God bless this Republican Party. God bless the South Carolina Republican Party. And God bless America. Thank you.